Pretty good music. Hey, how's it going, everyone? My name is B046. Welcome to Doki Literature Club. Um, so far, it's got good music, I'd say. Not really. But I've been requested to play this game from a couple friends, and they requested a face cam too to see my reaction to things, which makes sense. Hey. See an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. The girl is Sayori, my neighbor and good friend since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would have overslept more and more frequently, and I got tired of waiting up. But she wouldn't chase me, I used to feel better off running away. However, just sign idle in the crosswalk and let Sayori catch up to me. Zahabada. I overslept again, but I'll catch you this time. Maybe only because I decided to stop and wait for you. It's got my name too. Hey, you say it like you were thinking about ignoring me. There's a bug around here. Well, I mean, I was. That's mean. Well, I am a mean person. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to overthink that we're a couple or something. Or not. Just get the hell out. Hey. I got it. I got it. Fine. But you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean if you want to. Whatever you say, Sayori. Hey. Cross the street together and make our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly speckled with other students making their daily commute. By the way, have you decided to join a club? On a club to join yet? A club? I told you already, I'm not interested in joining any clubs. I haven't been looking either. See, this is my life, though. I mean, who needs clubs? I'm wearing a muscle shirt, so gotta cover up. Safety. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you would join a club this year. I say that a lot. Did I? I'm sure it's possible that I did in one of our many conversations where I just dismissively go along with whatever she's going on about. Sorry likes to worry a little too much about me when I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. Hey, this is games, and I do watch some anime. But, yeah. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. I don't know how to socialize. I don't have skills with social interactions. Your happiness is really important to me, you know? Do I? Do I know? And I know you're happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a NEET in a few years because you're not used to the real world. Yeah, this is my life. I'm locked in my room right now. I didn't go to school because I was sick today. Well, I did, but that lasted like 5 minutes. You trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. All right. I'll look at a few clubs if that makes you happy. No promises, though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay. Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind in at least a little bit. Even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Hey, new scene. You know, the background on these are kind of nice. I like the backgrounds. I keep looking over at my recording because I'm used to my camera being up there earlier when I was doing this before. But now the camera's up over here, and yeah. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before you know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Yeah, I know, this is my life. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello? Hey, it's you. You're always there. Can I have alone time? So I must have come into the classroom while I was spacing out. I'd look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came in. Honestly, you're even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me if that's going to make you late to your own club. Well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club. Ah, hell nah. I got enough time with you already, and I just started the game. Sorry? Yee? There's no way I'm going to your club. Hey, yeah, this is good. Hey, meanie. I thought we went over this. Sori's vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she only did it because she thought it would be fun to start a club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title of vice president. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. I agree. Yeah, I'm going to the anime club. Come on, please. See? She makes it sound like you have an option for going to a different club, but no, then she just ropes you in. You're like, you know what? You're coming to mine. You're stuck here. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member. And Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Yeah. Don't make promises you can't keep. I can't tell if Sayer is really that much. Oh, I did something. Oh, there it is. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead, or if she's so cunning that as to have a plan to all of this out. I mean, it works. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcake, okay? Yes, let's go. This is a lot of reading. And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I don't have a soul. This hits close to home. I'm a ginger. I don't have a soul. I mean, one of the souls I've stolen. Yeah, no, I'll take cupcakes for those. I don't need freckles. But hey, cupcake's a cupcake. I dejectedly follow Sawyer across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. It's empty! Everyone, the new member is here. I told you, don't call me a new member. Hey, I glance around the room. Girl 1, welcome to Literature Club. It's a pleasure to meet you. She has purple hair. And it's long. I need to grow out my hair now. Sayori always says nice things about you. Seriously, you brought a boy? You got a problem with that? Do you want to fight? And technically I didn't put a gender into this, so how did you know I'm a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Hey, person. What a nice surprise. There's a lot of people on screen. Welcome to the club. I'm not in the club, though. Oh, I just realized the only one who... Her eyes don't match her hair. Like, her eyes match her hair and her eyes match her hair, but that bugs me. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls. Oh, dang. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. That's a nice wall. That's what I gotta say. Sorry. Natsuki? The girl with the sore attitude whose name is apparently Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she's probably a first year. She's also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. My foot fell asleep. Sayori says that quietly into my ear and then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy. And this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say that. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well. We rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, and athletic. Basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little... You too, Monica. Come sit down. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. Can I just leave? I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I made them. I'll get them. Sorry, I got a little too excited. I kind of just want to leave this club. I don't want to go in there. And how about I make some tea as well? Girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. The fun times of tables. As Sayori mentioned, it's been widened so that there's one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayori. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to the corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a wrapped tray and Yuri opens the closet. Is there a dead body in the closet? Still feeling awkward to take a seat next to Sayori, Natsuki proudly marches back to the table, tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Natsuki lifts the foil of the tray to reveal a dozen white fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawing with icing and the little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! It's so cute! I had no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Well, you know. Just hurry and take one. Sayori grabs one first, then Monica, I'll follow. It's delicious. Sayori talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her face. Pro tier. I turn the cupcake around in my finger, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glance in my direction. Is she waiting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. But why are you thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Made them for you or anything? I thought you technically said Sayori said, well, maybe, but not for, you, dummy. These people are mean. See, I don't think I belong here. They're mean to me. I really hope this game isn't just a bunch of reading. I don't have the best voice for reading. Alright. I gave up on Natsuki weird logic and dismissed the conversation. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot next to the cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? Not really, no. I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. Hey, no, I can't read. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be the pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri fancifully smiles to herself in relief. Monica raises an eyebrow and smiles at me. So what made you consider the literature club? Nothing. Nothing made me consider this. I was told to go. I was afraid of this question, and my eyes itchy. Are we good? I think we're good. Wait, something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayori. Well, I haven't joined any clubs yet, and Sayori seemed really happy here, so... That's okay. Don't be embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you a leader of the debate club last year? Well, they say that a lot. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get into literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica really is a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. They just appear. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new. Oh, I clicked off stream. Especially when something that doesn't grab your attention, like literature. You have to work hard and convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that are much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate. Right, anyone? Right, everyone? Not. Yee. We'll do our best. You know it. I wonder, what are the years for everyone? Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have really worked hard to find these three. Maybe that's why they are all so delighted by the idea of a new member joining. Though I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. I know I can't. Sarek, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. That is true. It's like I think that this got files off my computer and knows things. Manga. I mean, manga's pretty good. I mutter quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, I know personally, I've read like Death Note and Attack on Titan, some of the Blue Butler. Not that, like pretty much the bigger titles of manga. I also like graphic novels because I'm a nerd. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her fingers. Her favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me, and telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. I hate people. Most. Face-to-face interactions are not my strong suit. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. Horror's good. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasped something I can relate to at a minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well have been having a conversation with a rock. Really, I would have expected that. I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. My forehead's really itching. I don't know why. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. Ugh, I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about something cute, don't you, Natsuki? I'm really questioning Ricky right now and why he wanted me to play this. Fun time. What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud. And give me that back. Fine. Hey, your cupcakes, your poems. Everything you do is just as cute as you are. Sori settles up behind Natsuki and puts her hands on her shoulders. I'm not cute. Oh, now she's mad. Natsuki, you write your own poems? Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. Uh, Not a very confident writer yet? I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up your readers' exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have a writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example to help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. Yeah, I guess it's the same for you or for Yuri. I wanted to read everyone's poems. We all sit in silence for a moment. That's how I like conversation, silence. Okay, I have an idea, everyone. Question marks. Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monika. Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. The next time we meet, we'll share them with each other. That way everyone is even. Yeah, let's do it. Plus, now that we have a new member, I think it will help all of us get a little more comfortable with each other and strengthen the bond of our club. Isn't that right? No, it's not right. I don't write. Monika smiles warmly at me once again. Hold on, there's still one problem. What's that? Now that we're back to the original topic of me joining the club, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Sorry may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All four girls stare back at me with dejected eyes. They look mad. But, I'm sorry, I thought... Name, you all... I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make the clear-headed decision when it's like this? That is, if writing the poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls. Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girl's eyes lighten up. Yes, I'm so happy. Suri wraps her arms around me, jumping up and down. Hey, you really did scare me for a moment. If you really just came for the cupcakes, I would be super pissed. Then it makes it official. See, I came for the cupcakes. And now her hair's in her mouth, so I mean, that's not healthy. Welcome to the literature club. Yeah, this is great. Thanks, I guess. Sorry, I just gotta change one thing. If I can. This is my jam. Okay, thanks, I guess. Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share. Monika looks over at me once more. Eric, I look forward to seeing you I look forward to seeing how you express yourself. I have hair in my eye now. Yeah. Can I really impress the class star Monika with my metacore writing skills? Mediocre, sorry. I already feel the anxieties welling up inside me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chat about as Yuri and Natsuki clean up their food. Hey Eric, since we are already here, do you want me to walk home together? That's right, Suri and I never walk home together anymore because she always stayed after school for clubs. Sure, might as well. Yay. I walk to school as well, though. With that, the two of us depart in the club room and make our way home. Getting tired. Naps don't help. The whole way my mind wanders back and forth between the four girls. Sayori, Natsuki, Yuri, and of course Monika. Well, I really be happy spending every day after school in the literature club? Probably not. Perhaps I'll have the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. Is it gonna make me choose one of the 4 girls? Because I'd rather not. And I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. Hey, everything goes dark. Oh. Pick words you think your favorite club member will like. Something good might happen with whoever likes the poem. Oh, I got her. Oh. Okay, I see. I see how this is. I don't know. I'll go with how my mind is. I'm not gonna choose one of the 4, 3, however many. Insight. Secretive. Graveyards. Who doesn't like graveyards? Journeys. Empty. Depression. Horror. I don't understand what I'm doing. Dark. Contamination. Music. I don't know. Whirlwind. I don't know why they're jumping though. Defeat. Sadness. Frightening. Waterfall. Tragedy. I don't know why I'm going with all the bad words here. Comfort. Anxiety. Poof. Electricity. My foot fell asleep again. Hi again. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. I wanted to. Nah, don't worry about. Or don't worry. Stop it. Stop. Stop. There's too many wires. This might be a little strange for me, but I at least keep my word. Do I? Well, let's, God. Okay. I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. I'm not accustomed to it. Oh, come on, like he deserves any slack. Suri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year. And last year, too. I don't know if you plan just to come here and hang out or what. But if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. They gonna kill me? Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room. Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. Don't worry, guys. Eric always gives his best as long as he's having fun. That is not true. He helps me with busy work without me even asking. Like cooking, cleaning my room. How dependable. Sorry, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting. And you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you? I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Eric can become good friends too. I don't want to be friends, though. Sayori? Hmm? As usual, Sayori seems oblivious to the weird situation she has put me into. Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know. Wait, Sayori. Me? Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing. What is it? Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal when it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking. I guess that means it's up to me to rescue the situation. Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so? Yeah, I won't make a big deal if you don't want it to be. Alright. Well, here. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it would keep your attention even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this. Will I now? I enthusiastically take the book. Phew. Well, you can't read it. You can read it at your. I can't read, so my own pace is not. It's not there. I don't read much. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some of the schedule of activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayori and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. I gotta say, this is a long game, I can tell already. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense impression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time I would feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book that she lent me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me, and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry. I was just spacing out. I mutter this, sensing I made her feel uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed it in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so that's the book that you gave me, right? Mm-hmm. I wanted to read it. I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious. How come you have two copies of the same book? Well, I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, and that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy two of them. Ah, I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I had decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Sorry, I was just talking to my brother. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What is it about, anyway? Well, Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking eye symbol on the front cover. Alright, I just want to make sure I don't accidentally give away anything. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does this, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escape from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships and her life starts to fall apart. That's kind of dark, isn't it? I mean, dark is good in some cases. You made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Aha. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden. Are you not a fan of that sort of thing? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri is into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that those kind of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen to not just because someone wants to be evil. Sorry, my room got really cold, so I'm doing up a sweater. But because they have their own goals, of their own philosophy that they believe in. Then suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they are made out to be the naive one for letting their own one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry. Hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything. Well, I guess it's alright then. But I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books or writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me from talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Ah, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? You don't have to. What are you saying? Just a moment ago you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieved the book that I put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? I'll slip into this seat next to Yuri's. Ah, yeah. Are you sure? Yeah, you seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. It may be a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead. Sorry. Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you? I do. I don't really mean to. I'm sorry I'm not talking much to the camera either. This is a lot of reading for me. Please tell me it's not going to be like this the whole game. Sorry. I mean, aha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's, then hold my book more between the two of us. Ah, I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. Feels like my left arm is in the way, and so instead I use my right hand to hold the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. Ah. I do the same with my right arm on the right side of the book. Does this need to be in that much detail? That way I turn the page and Yuri slides it under her thumb after it flips to her side. But in holding it like this, We're huddled even closer than before. It's actually kind of distracting me. It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? A. To turn the page. Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over at Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Yeah, thanks. We continue our reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume that she finishes the page before me, so I turn it on my own volitation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. I was going to say challenge for some reason. My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side and as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit. You think so? How does she? Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways. But she's also second guessing all the time what she says and does. Like she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they are kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms. Ah, I see. You remain silent for a moment. But, name, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. Oh, that's so embarrassing that you think that. Wait. I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. So I really didn't know where you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. ... I guess I more meant that it's kind of cute. Ah. What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. Exclamation point. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We may not have enough time if we wait too long. Ah. Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought. Is that alright, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this. It's not. It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb. Alright, I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you? I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way. In that case, I'll read a little bit more on tonight. It'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up a bit, you know? That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters in your own time. Alright, stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it back into my bag. By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night? Yeah, my relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with? I can't wait. Sayori and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. Sayori's is on the wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching into their bags. I do the same myself. Oh, who should I show my poem to first? Well, I'm going to go strictly off of friend-wise and go with... Why am I doing this? Go off with a Sayori. I'm definitely most comfortable sharing it with Sayori first. She's my good friend after all. This is a good poem. Are you sure it's your first time? Of course, it's not that good. Am I kind of the guy who would be writing poems in his spare time? I guess you're right. But that's why it impressed me. Well, to be honest, I was afraid that you wouldn't do it seriously, or that you wouldn't write one at all. I'm really happy that you wrote one. It just reminds me of how you really got a part of the club now. Not to mention the fact that I'm standing in front of you in the club room. Well, of course. I'm not really into it yet, but that doesn't mean I'll break my promise. See? It's like I said before, Eric. Deep down, you're not selfish at all, you know? Well, I'm more of a shellfish. You know, fish. Trying new things is like this is for other people. That's something that only really good people do. Thanks, Sayori. I'm not sure if Sayori sees the full picture of my motivation here. Or my motive. Then again, I can't deny that she's part of the reason I joined. Knowing how much this means to her and all. Yee. And I'm going to make sure that I have lots of fun here, okay? That will be my way of thanking you. Alright, I'm going to hold on to that then. Yay. Now you'll read my poem too, right? Don't worry, I'm really bad at this. Well, we'll see about that. Dear sunshine, the way you go through my blinds in the morning, it makes me feel like you missed me. Kissing my forehead to help me out of bed, making me rub the sleepy from my eyes. It just makes... This isn't a poem, though. Because me and eyes, that doesn't rhyme. Morning and bed doesn't rhyme. Are you asking me to come out and play? Are you trusting me to wish away a rainy day? I look above, the sky is blue. It's a secret, but I trust you too. Okay, now I see it. But bed and eyes, morning and me don't rhyme either. If it wasn't for you, I could sleep forever, but I'm not that mad. I want breakfast. Poem's amazing, top notch. 10 out of 10. Like, you know what? 44 out of 10. Sayori, this is just a guess, but did you wait until this morning to write it? No? Just a little bit? You can't answer just a little bit to a yes or no question. I forgot to do it last night. Well, at least that makes me feel a little better about myself. Don't be mean. I still tried my best. Yeah. I didn't mean to say it was a bad poem. It came out nice, or how should I put it? It sounds just like you. Really? Yeah. Especially the last line. I made eggs and toast. Even though you were late to school. It's bad to skip breakfast. I get all cranky. Well, I guess there's no point in arguing. Anyway, thanks for showing me. Yeah, this was so much fun. Oh, yeah, I had a blast. Monica's the best. Yeah. But next time I won't forget. And I'm gonna write the best poem ever. Well, I guess I look forward to it. Oh, I gotta go through with everyone. Okay, I guess we'll just go down the list. ... Eric, if you're not going to take this club seriously, then go home. Hey, I tried. What? Harsh? Why do you expect me to believe that you actually put effort into this? Do you think I'm stupid? I'm not a writer. Maybe it's not very good, but yeah, I did put in effort. Well, we all start somewhere, right? If you're still proud of the first poem you ever wrote, then I'd like to read it. Painful to think about. Fine. Well, sorry. You'll get better anyway. I tell you what to improve, but you're better off just trying again. Fair enough. Well, to search their own, I guess. Anyway, I guess I gotta share mine now. Knowing you'll probably think it's stupid. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. It's something. I mean, it's better than I want breakfast. But now I want breakfast. And it's like 4:17. Yeah, I told you that you weren't going to like it. I like it. What? Just be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks that writing has to be all sophisticated and stuff. So people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make your message any less valid. Yes, exactly. I like when it says easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem. Seeing everyone around you do great, it can be really disheartening. So I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up for a rhyme at the end, but then I made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did? I guess more went into that than I realized. That's what it means to be a pro. Oh yeah, pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, I guess not. I decided to humor her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is. If Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Go down the line. ... As Yuri reads the poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional. Ah, what was that? Question mark. Did I say that out loud? Yuri first covers her mouth and then ends up covering her whole face. He's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Laughing is a good thing to do when you laugh. Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. Really? Well, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Huh? Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her fingers along the words in the poem as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in the new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter than the form fit together. This is a lot of reading, so my throat's getting dry. The end result is that both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that can go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it will come with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little bit biased, though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. It's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri is apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thoughts process behind it. Yuri smiles dreamily as if for a rare opportunity for her, which itself is kind of funny. After all, isn't this supposed to be literature club? Ghost under the light. The tendrils of my hair illuminate beneath the amber glow, bathing it must be this one, the last remaining streetlight to have withstood the test of time, the last yet to be replaced by the sickening blue-green hue of the future. I don't read handwriting too well. I bathe the calm, breathing air of the present, but living in the past. The light flickers. I flicker back. ... I'm sorry, I have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. That is true. Well, I just don't read script very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. Also, I like the poem. Even though it's short, it was really descriptive. It wasn't too short. I usually write longer poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you liked it. I'll be honest. Since it's our first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Now you're into ghosts, Yuri. Or are you into ghosts, Yuri? Hugh. Actually, the story isn't about the ghosts at all. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did only glance over it after all. Remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings, and experience in their work. They usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. Let's continue. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemnly put into that. I hadn't even noticed that, or thought of that. That's impressive. Hey, it's nothing, really. Yours was impressive too, so nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing or two from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. I was really nervous about doing all of this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep doing my best for you. Hey, me too. I guess, who should I show my poem to next? Okay, this is a hard decision. I don't know. Can I choose the desk? No. What about the back closet? No. Yeah, I like how there's a chair in the back. That's where I would sit. No, I'm gonna close the door. I guess I'll go on. Hi. Having a good time so far? Yeah, sure. Having a blast. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, if you ever have any suggestions for the club, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up, okay? Alright, I'll keep that in mind. But of course, I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm more settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I have to. Hey, don't worry about it. We're all a little embarrassed today, you know. But that's the sort of barrier that we all learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I hand Monica my poem. Great job. I was going ooh in my head while reading it. It's really metaphorical. I'm not sure, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easiest for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That's why it always counts when I put in some effort. Aha, that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writing that's full of imaginary and symbolism. Unlike Sayori, who likes using simple and direct words to describe happiness and sadness, Yuri likes to tell the readers who are left to derive their own meaning out of it. It's very challenging to write like that effectively, both allowing people to get something out of it just by feel, or letting them deeply analyze all of the nuances. It can take years of practice, which I'm assuming Yuri has at this point. I never really asked, though. I'm sure I'm nowhere near her level yet. Don't worry so much about that. You do your own thing. Just keep exploring and learn by trying new things. She'll end up different things. I'm sure I'll end up trying different things a lot. It could take a while before I feel comfortable doing this. Having a fun time, that's okay. I'd love to see you try new things. That's the best way to find the kind of style that suits you. Everyone else might be a little biased towards their own kind of styles. But I'm always... Sorry. I'm really tired. I only got a couple hours of sleep last night and then I had an hour nap today. It did not work too well. But I'll always help you find what suits for you most, so don't force yourself to write everything else, what everyone else wants you to write. It's not like you have to worry about impressing me or anything. Or them. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because that's because I have the sound of confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know. I see. Well, let's read it then. Hole in wall. It couldn't have been me. Wait. Oh, I can go down on this one. See the direction of the spackled protrudes, a noisy neighbor, an angry boyfriend? Well, I'll never know. I wasn't home. I peer inside for a clue. No, I can't see. I reel, blind, like a film out of the sun. But it's too late. My retina's already scorched in with a permanent copy of the meaningless image. It's just a little hole. It wasn't too bright. It wasn't too deep, stretching forever into everything. A hole of infinite choices. I realize now I wasn't looking in. I was looking out. And he, on the other side, was looking in. So what do you think? It's very freeform, if that's what you call it. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. That's okay. Yeah, that kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. That is, a lot of poems have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. Going at this for an hour and I've been reading. When performed out loud, it can be really powerful. But it was... Wait, what? What was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure if I know how to put it. I guess you could say that I'm kind of effing-y. I skipped past by accident. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An effing-y? Yeah, something like that. I'm kind of nervous to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. The lights off my room are not helping me be tired. I'm sorry everyone. And reading makes me tired as well. It's probably why I fall asleep in English class. Maybe after everyone is better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you're writing a poem or a story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on the paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen in the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. I'm sorry again. Just like a splash of water on my face. Actually, I spilt my water when I was sleeping, and it nearly landed on my power bar. That was a fun cleanup. I had to shut off the power on that to see if everything's good. It didn't get on the power bar at all, which was a lucky thing. There's just a giant wet spot beside my bed now, and I had to throw a towel on it. So that was a fun cleanup. I probably should go change the laundry too. I was busy today for being sick, but the things I do when I'm sick. Okay, if you keep your... Oh no, I already read that. I'm gonna yawn again soon. Yeah. Why am I so tired? So just move your hand and go with the flow. I ought to get through this. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Oh, it was just that much longer and I was done. Phew. I guess that's everyone. I glanced around the room. That was a little more stressful than I anticipated. It's as if everyone is judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. This is a literature club after all. I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Sayori and Monica are happily chatting. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As they read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Hey, did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you can say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute. Didn't you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clear about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. I just meant... the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. Hey, you mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it merely didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Sayori liked it, and Eric did too. So based on that, I'll gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, I appreciate the offer, but I've spent a long time establishing my writing style. I won't expect it to change anytime soon unless, of course, I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. And Eric liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh, I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to impress our new member, Yuri. Music cut out. Shit's getting intense. Hey, oh, never mind, it's back. That's not what I... You're just... Yuri stands up as well. Maybe you're just jealous that person appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. Huh? And how do you know he didn't appreciate my advice more? Are you that full of yourself? No. If I was full of myself, I would be deliberately go out of my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Is everyone okay? Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose boobs magically grew a size bigger than as soon as Eric started showing up. Natsuki, that's a little... This doesn't involve you. The music has changed, though. I don't like fighting, guys. Fighting is worst thing. I don't like fighting either. Suddenly, both girls turned towards me as if they'd noticed I was standing there. Person. She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. If she could get over herself and learn to appreciate that simple writing is more effective, then this wouldn't have happened in the first place. What's the point in making your poems all convoluted for no reason? I really need water. The meaning should jump out of the reader, not force him to have to figure it out. Help me explain that to her. Wait. There's a reason we have so many deep and expressive words in our language. It's the only way to convey complex meanings the most effectively. Avoiding them is not to unnecessarily limit yourself, but is also a waste. You understand that, right? Well, how did I get dragged into this in the first place? It's not like I know anything about writing, but whomever I agree with, well, they'll probably think more highly of me. Oh, of course. That's how it's gonna be. Of course, yes. Well, I'm gonna be that person, and I'm actually gonna save. Empty slot. This reminds me a lot of wait, yeah, no. If I go back and do a load, yeah. No, I don't know. I don't trust saving and all that in games. I don't know why. I'll save twice. But I'm gonna be that person who doesn't choose. But you will see my choice when I do this again. I'm probably not gonna play this till next week. But it's getting more in depth. The first hour kind of set up the story, so I understand it a bit more. Sorry that this episode is probably really boring. It was just me reading, and I really hope it doesn't just continue with me reading. Otherwise, I will fall asleep. But yeah, I'm having a blast reading all of this. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to see everything else I've done, I'll have my screen go for the end picture. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but you know, fun times. Okay, but yeah, no, that's all the time I have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Any other videos you want to see me do, let me know. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you later.